Let's do this before we wrap the show up. There was a post in the Justice for John O'Keefe Facebook group just a couple of minutes ago. Nick dropped this in, and it says, on the 9th here, defendant Commonwealth joint motion for parties to continue motion hearing date, cancel pre-trial conference date, and convert trial date and motion hearing date. Affidavit for counsel in support of joint motion of the parties to continue motion hearing date, cancel pretrial conference date, convert trial date, motion hearing within the exhibits. Now, my understanding is this, and I could be wrong. I'm not a judge, but sources told me, and now I can actually break this a little bit. I've kind of known about this. Sources told me that this is a continuance. I've known about this for a little bit, but some sources told me this possibly could do with a continuance, knowing, let's see, that the prosecution, the Commonwealth, is not ready for trial. So this possibly could be that continuance. And the way that it was worded and the way that it was worked between the defense and the continuance, I'm talking about Karen Read's case, is that they would file a joint motion to continue together, knowing that there's a ongoing federal investigation. That's what this possibly could be. I heard some things swarming about this when this all started to kind of pop up with Levy investigating. So hang on one second. I just got... Okay, I have something here. Hang on. Let me get this emailed to myself. I have a new file, if I can get this to cooperate, and I will bring it up. A new motion filed in Karen's case. And I will bring that up, and we can read through it right now. Looks like it's a 4-page file. Okay, joint motion of parties to continue motion hearing date, cancel final pretrial conference date, and convert trial date and motion the hearing date. Now comes the defendant, Karen Read, Miss Read, or defendant in the Commonwealth to jointly move the Honorable Court pursuant to Mass R. Criminal P13 to continue the February 15th, 2024 hearing date in the defendant motion for sanctions and the disqualification of the Norfolk District Attorney, and the defendant's motion to dismiss indictments to cancel the February 26, 2024 pretrial hearing date and to convert the March 12, 2024 trial date to a hearing date on the above referenced motions in regard. Now, again, my sources told me that Lally was not ready for trial. And that was why this is the joint filing, because they thought, from what I heard, was if the defense filed, then Bev was going to give huge pushback, because we know how she feels in this case and from her mannerisms in the courtroom and how she treats the defense. So the agreement was that they would file together. On the grounds, therefore, the parties are, on January 17, 2024, the parties participated in a conference call with representatives of the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Massachusetts, here within the U.S. Attorney indicated that it would be producing information both parties after completing the TUI process. No timeline was explicitly given for the completion of that process, and therefore were the productions of the informative, but the U.S. Attorney was cognizant of a new trial date scheduled for the case at the bar desired to prove enough lead time for the parties to assimilate new information, leading from counsel to believe that the information would be forthcoming in early February. As of the date of this motion, no information has been received from the U.S. Attorney. Both parties received an email from the U.S. Attorney's Office on February 7th, 2024, in which the Deputy Chief of Affirmative Civil Enforcement Division has requested a conference call with the parties of Read's matter. Although the parties were not notified of the anticipated substance of the call, we anticipate that we will receive some guidance regarding the timing of the disclosure of the information. The parties anticipated that the information to be produced will impact arguments to be in favor and or the opposition to the defendant's motions. Assuming that this information was received prior to February 15, 2024, the parties will still need time to assess the information, to potentially conduct further investigations, and to modify their agreements for the hearing of the defendant's motion. Given that the hearing date is only 1 week away, the parties believe that there is not enough time to do the proper investigation for the preparation for the motion hearing date. On January 5th, 2024, this court ordered the records to be produced pursuant to defendant's motion for order pursuant to Mass R Criminal P17, direct to Google LLC, those records yet to be received by the parties or the court. Those order records may also impact the arguments for counsel regarding the defendant's petition motions. They will likely impact the parties' trial preparation, potentially causing the parties to conduct further information prior to the announcement ready for trial. On January 15, 2024, this court ordered that records to be produced pursuant to defendant's motion, pursuant to Mass R Criminal P17, Director Jennifer McCabe, Trooper Michael Proctor, and Elizabeth Proctor. Those records have yet to be received by the parties or the court. Those ordered records may also impact arguments of counsel regarding the defendant's pending motions. They will likely be impacted by the parties' trial preparation, potentially causing the parties to conduct further information prior to the announcement ready for trial. On November 14th, 2023, this court ordered that Massachusetts State Police Crime Laboratory transmit evidence to Bodie Technology in Lawton, Virginia, for potentially exhaustive testing pursuant to Commonwealth's motion of exhaustive DNA testing. Item number 36-1, the defendant's request for non-destructive examination of item 3636. To date, no test or reports on testing have been received by the parties. Excuse me 1 second. The results of the testing may also where did I lose my place? The results of the testing may also impact the arguments of counsel regarding the defendant's pending motions. They will also likely be impacting the parties' trial preparation, potential causing the parties to conflict further investigation. My nose is so itchy right now. Before announcing the ready for trial on November 15, 2023, the Supreme Judicial Court judge presiding, ordering the Verizon produce certain information associated with Jennifer McCabe's cell phone for the date of January 29, 2022. On November 16, 2023, the court ordered their production. Verizon sent records that were received by the court on November 27, 2023, but shared with the defense counsel and did not share with the defense counsel until January 25, 2024. Once counsel reviewed them in late January, it was discovered that Verizon had apparently sent the wrong records to the court. To this date, Verizon has yet not complied with the court order, so the parties have not seen the proper records. Those ordered records may also impact the arguments of counsel regarding the defendant's pending motion. They will also likely impact the parties' trial preparation, potentially causing the parties to conduct further investigation prior to announcing ready for trial. Excuse me. The parties insert that the continuance of February 15, 2024 hearing date for the defendant's motion, a cancellation subject to rescheduling of the February 26, 2024 pretrial conference date, and in a conversion of the March 12, 2024 trial date to a motion hearing in light of the above, in the interest of justice. Wherefore, the parties request that this matter to be continued to March 12, 2024 for hearings on motions. This is amazing. This is an amazing win. I think this is an amazing win, in my opinion, for Karen. This gives the feds more time to continue to investigate. And you can see that here. Signed David Yannetti and Lally, joint request. I think this is great. I think this is great. Let me take a look here. Someone in the chat said they just sent something to me. Let's see if it comes up. The affidavit? I don't have the affidavit. So I don't know who sent it to me, but I did not get it. Let's talk live podcast at gmail.com. All right, here we go. Let's read this. Affidavit of counsel to support the joint motion of parties to continue the motion hearing date, cancel final pretrial conference date, and convert trial to motion date hearing. David R. Yannetti, do hereby depose that the state in the following true, and thank you for getting that over to me, Megan. I appreciate it. Best of my knowledge and belief, I'm an attorney, licensed practice in Massachusetts since December 1989. My office is 44 School Street, Boston, Mass. On January 29, 2023, I was retained and represent the defendant Karen Reed regarding the incident which gave rise to the above reference matter. The grounds for this motion, listed 1 throughout 15 in the motion, are true statements. In addition, today, the parties participated in a conference call with the United States Attorney's Office. We're informed that the TUI process is ongoing and do not yet have to be updated on the timing of approval to release information or the date where information will be released, but they are working as quickly and diligently as they can. Both parties, in this case, would like more time to receive the assimilation and information before proceeding with the substance motions that have been filed, and certainly before any trial occurs. This continuance request is in the motion, is in the interest of justice. My client, Karen Reed, specifically waives her speedy trial rights, including her trial pursuant to Mass R Criminal P 36, to obtain this continuance, signed under the pains and penalties of perjury. On the 9th day of February 2023, David R. Yannetti. Let's see, goes on here. Again, it's just going to have information here about the Google Nest. We've already read all these Exhibit Bs, but that is the affidavit. So all good stuff. I think this is good. I think it's good for Karen. It gives more time for the feds to investigate. It gives more time for the defense to investigate as well. You know, the thing is, people have to understand, when cases are ongoing, it never stops continuing to investigate. More things come up. More angles get looked into. More people get looked into. More documents, more evidence, photos, video, whatever it may be. It always continues, and it continues throughout trial as well, too. If this case goes to trial, which I have it's not going to trial. I think this is going to stop soon. It's all going to stop soon. It's the writing is on the wall. We know where it is. We know where it sits.